I'm heartbroken. My heart feels like it's drowning and sinking and I can't eat. I sleep max 3 hours and I can't find energy or motivation to shower. I am 29F and my husband is 30M. Been together since 6 years and married since 2. I love him with all my heart. I really do. I'm not just saying it. If I had to describe him with one word, it will be perfect. He didn't let a day pass without telling me that I'm beautiful. He would always wake up at least 30 minutes before me to go out, at 5 a.m. in the morning in the cold to buy me my favorite croissant for breakfasts, that he would leave in the desk of our bedroom along with a lovely note. Every single day. I am a fucking monster. I don't deserve to live. The more I think about how he was, the more I cry. And the more I cry, the more I remember that I don't deserve to cry because I am the one who ruined my life and completely changed the personality of the love of my life. I don't know why I did. I cheated on him 2 months ago with a friend of his. After dealing with a panic attack, I immediately told him the same night. Everything changed since that day. While I was confessing to him, he didn't say a single word. He refused to speak to me the next days. I would call him, message him, try to talk to him when he was at home, and he would always ignore me. The only time I'm able to feel a sparkle of joy is when he talks on the phone with friends in the living room, and sometimes he lets out a laugh. Hearing him laughing makes me cry. Almost 2 weeks ago, while he was laying in the couch and he was about to sleep, I asked him if we could talk. He told me no, because he doesn't consider me a real human. I tried with all my strength to not let my tears flow down, and even though he didn't want me there, I sat on my knees on the floor near him, apologizing for every single thing I have done. I asked him if he wanted to know the details of what happened. He didn't answer. I asked him if he wanted to know why I did it. He didn't answer. I asked him if he wants to divorce me. He didn't answer. At one point, I just couldn't control my desperation and I started crying, and I begged him to tell me what could I do to solve this. And he still didn't answer. I got up and go to our bedroom. I cried for nearly 3 hours non-stop. At this point, it was around 2 a.m. I just wanted to see him again, and I've gone back at the living room just to stare at him from distance. I was sure he was sleeping, but one part of me hoped he wasn't, and I said quietly to him, "If you don't want to talk to me by voice, please at least consider doing it through messages." After an hour, I returned to our bed and cried to sleep. At 9 a.m. I woke up, seeing a letter on our desk. I almost jumped from happiness without even reading the letter. I was just so happy that he took time from his life to have some sort of interaction, even if not a direct one, with me. I started to read the letter, and it was a list of the things he wanted me to do. He prefaced writing, "You are not forced to do any of these. However, if you do, I'll deeply take that in consideration." This is what he demanded from me. Block from all social medias the friend whom I have cheated on him with. Give him every password of every digital account I have. Install parenting apps to always know my location. Cut off all my friends, prioritizing male ones. Block them and screenshot it. Confess my affair to my best friends and my family. Don't masturbate. Quit my job and opt for a home remote work. Don't speak to him unless he speaks to me. Decide an hour in which I would eat lunch and dinner, so he can decide his, so he never meets me in the kitchen. Don't go to parties if somehow without friends I got invited to one. Delete all my social medias. Add porn blocker in my PC. Always send him a message whenever I leave the house or I go to shower. Be more participating in home chores. Don't go to the gym. Opt to train at home. Don't drink alcohol. If I choose to seek professional help, I have to make sure my therapist is a woman. And lastly, don't interact with him unless or until I haven't accomplished every demand listed above. I could feel my chest becoming smaller and I felt like suffocating. I knew I deserved all this. But every single of these requests made me fall deeper and deeper into a state of depression and sadness or loneliness. Not because I think they are unfair, I didn't think they were, but it just shows me how much I destroyed his trust. I accepted to do everything listed. I started with what I believed was easier and quicker. I immediately blocked the man I've cheated my husband with. The hardest things were calling my friends and family and tell them about my affair. I've got no friends now, and even my own father despises me, rightfully so. After 1.5 weeks of trying to accomplish all his desires, I finally completed the list and I was happily ready to refer it to him. So yesterday I tried to do it. I dressed up, shaved myself, made myself as pretty as I could. He was in the living room, and I took the letter with me and give it to him. I couldn't help but smile when I told him that I've done everything he asked, and I was about to show him all the screenshots of all the people I've blocked through my phone, but he didn't even let me do that before asking me to go out the living room. I didn't want to anger him, so I left. I felt like shit. I know I'm not entitled to ask for love and for compliments, but I tried so hard that night to be pretty only for him. Hell, I tried all week to do everything he told me. And he didn't even look me in the eyes while I was talking to him. I'm desperate. Please, tell me if someone has lived through this and eventually reconciliated with their loved ones. I'm terrorized that he made me do all those things only to punish me, which I would be fine with. I do everything he asks me. But if he makes me do it only to punish me and not to see in me someone worth loving again, I don't think I can emotionally handle that. Did I ruin my life forever? Please, I need suggestions on how to do and how to behave. Best 3 comments. Commenter 1. I love my husband with all my heart, so I fucked his friend, SMH. And stop making it all about you. Commenter 2. Did I ruin my life forever? No. You ruined your husband's life forever. You had the best husband anybody could have asked for, but you cheated on him with his friend. How low can you go? The things on his list are the minimum you should do after what you did. He will never trust you again, even if he decides to stay with you. If you ever loved him, give him the best divorce and leave him. Your presence will be the biggest trigger that will make his life miserable for the rest of his life. And someday he will find a woman who will truly love and appreciate him. So leave and set him free. Commenter 3. As far as he's concerned, the woman he loved is dead and you killed her. Update. First of all, I want to thank everyone who took the time to comment and share their thoughts. Reading your responses was tough, but I knew I needed to hear the truth, no matter how painful it was. It's been a few weeks since I last posted, and I want to provide an update on what's been happening. After much reflection, I decided to reach out to my husband again. I wrote him a heartfelt letter where I expressed my deepest apologies and acknowledged the pain I caused him. I told him that I fully understood if he could never forgive me or if he chose to move on without me. But I also explained that I was committed to doing whatever it took to help him heal, even if it meant giving him space or ultimately letting him go. I left the letter on his desk one morning and didn't expect an immediate response. A few days later, he sat me down and we had a brief but intense conversation. He said that he appreciated the efforts I had made to follow his list, but he was still deeply hurt and unsure if he could ever trust me again. He told me that while he wasn't ready to make any final decisions about our relationship, he needed more time and space to process everything. Since then, I've continued to respect his wishes. I stay out of his way as much as possible, but I also make sure he knows I'm here if he ever wants to talk. I've started therapy with a female therapist, as he requested, and I'm working on understanding why I made such a horrible mistake and how I can become a better person moving forward. I also picked up the book, How to Help Your Spouse Heal from Your Affair by Linda McDonald, as one of you suggested. It's been eye-opening and has helped me see things from his perspective even more clearly. I'm trying to apply what I'm learning, but I know this is just the beginning of a long road. I won't lie, the loneliness and guilt are overwhelming at times, but I'm trying to take it one day at a time. I've cut off all contact with the person I cheated with and all my former friends. I've also followed through on everything my husband asked of me, even though it's been incredibly difficult. I know this doesn't undo what I did, but I hope it shows him that I'm serious about making amends. As of now, we're still living together, but there's a noticeable distance between us. We don't interact much, and when we do, it's usually very brief. I'm giving him all the time he needs, but I'm terrified that he's just biding his time until he's ready to ask for a divorce. I don't know what the future holds for us. I'm prepared for the possibility that our marriage might not survive this, but I'm still holding on to a sliver of hope that we can rebuild what's been broken. I know it's a long shot, but I'm willing to put in the work if he ever decides he's open to reconciliation. In the meantime, I'm focusing on becoming a better person, not just for him, but for myself as well. I'll keep going to therapy, keep reflecting on my actions, and keep trying to find ways to heal the wounds I've caused. Thank you again to everyone who shared their thoughts. I know I've made some horrible mistakes, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I just wanted to provide an update and let you know that I'm trying my best to do the right thing, whatever that may be. Please keep your fingers crossed for us. I'm praying that, with time, we might find a way to move forward, whether together or apart.